Hey buddy, are you looking to generate more leads from Instagram for your business? Well, in this video, we're going to be looking at 7 heavily tried and tested strategies, not just tried and tested for myself, but also hundreds of other business owners that are using these strategies right now to generate more leads and sales for their business. In fact, at my one-day sold-out live event in Glasgow last year, when we were actually in a time when we could actually meet in large groups of people, I put a challenge out to everybody to use some of these simple strategies at the very start of the day, and somebody had actually made over £5,000 of sales using just one of these strategies by lunchtime. By the way, if you're new here, every single week I am producing incredible deep dives on ways to generate leads and sales for your business. Tried and tested, completely proven strategies that are simple, always looking at the simplest way to do so. So if you haven't done it already, hit that subscribe button below, hit the notification bell so you never miss one of these deep dives, and you can put what is working today into your business as quickly as possible so that you can generate more leads and sales as well. Okay, so let's dive into 7 tried and tested ways to generate more leads directly from Instagram. How do you generate leads and sales through Instagram? Tip number 1, use something like Linktree in your bio. If you don't know what Linktree is, it's quite simply a platform in which you can build a tiny wee page full of buttons for different things that people can do with your business. So it could be to go off to a certain page on your website, it could be to go to a certain funnel, it could be to download something, it could be to view a sales page, it could be to book a call. Now the great thing is with this Linktree is it means that in any given moment, somebody who's a complete stranger who's just stumbled upon your profile, or somebody who's been a super fan for the last 5 years, can click that link in the bio and have multiple options of what to do based on where they are in their relationship with you in that moment. So if we haven't told them to go to the link in the bio in our posts or in our stories, then somebody passively going in there can see that we have free downloads. We also have coaching programs. We also have the opportunity to book a really valuable 30-minute call with us. We can have all types of things in there based on where they might be. So different people will go for different things, and it means that we can accommodate to everything. Now, at the same time, the other great thing with this is if you actually have told people to go to your link in your bio to get something, they can discover other great things that you have right there. So for instance, if I was to tell somebody that my free Advanced Ads Made Easy 2.0 Facebook training is in my link in my bio, some people will go there and see that I actually have a 30-minute lead generation audit and strategy session, which is completely free and even more valuable, sitting right there waiting for them. Now, that means that people who even were going to the link in the bio for something may actually upgrade and go into something else that is in there as well. So people can actually shop around, if you will, and go into my podcast, go into my YouTube channel, go and download lead magnets, and even book a call with me all within that page. It's a great way to pick up people who might be super fans of yours, but also people who are just passively finding your profile and turn them into leads and sales, just depending on where they are within the customer journey. If they don't know you too well, they're more likely to go to your YouTube channel, your podcast, or potentially download one of your free trainings. If they've known you for a good while longer, maybe they're clicking the link in the bio to see your new YouTube video, and they discover there's an opportunity to book a 30-minute great session with you, and they do that instead. Win-win. With that being said, before we actually go into the next point, I'd love you to just drop below what is your experience using Instagram to generate more leads and sales for your business. Is it something that's come really easy? Has it been okay? Has it been super tough? Let me know below, and if I can help, I'll DM you back, I'll reply to you with some strategies that you can go and do personally to generate more leads and sales as well. Easy ways to get leads from Instagram. Tip number 2 is quite simply to give your value proposition in your bio and call them to action simultaneously. Now, it's a big step up when people finally actually tell people within their bio who they are, who they help, and how they help them. But the next logical thing is to call people to action in your bio. Tell them what you want them to do next. Is that to click the link in your bio to go and book a call, or to download your free lead magnet, or get your daily special, whatever that may be. Or maybe you even tell them what to DM you to find out more. Okay, so maybe it's DM me the word accelerate to find out more. DM me the word happy to find out more. Or simply DM me to find out more. Something along the lines of that. A big thing in digital marketing, online marketing, all encompassing, is that many people don't actually tell people what to do next. It's the same for Facebook ads, it's the same within blogs, it's the same within emails. We have this assumption that people should know what to do next. If you aren't telling people the exact step that they need to take next and really simplifying it as well, that's why we actually use the term DM me the word and a single word. It's because we're making it easy. We're telling them exactly what to do and we're making it so easy that they don't even need to really think about it. They can start that conversation as easy as possible. So if you were to say something along the lines of, I help men over the ages of 45 get in the shape of their life without having to go on a massively restrictive diet, DM me the word ready to find out more. Something like that is a great value proposition and call to action that both cold audiences who are just stumbling upon you and people who have known you for the last 3, 4, 5 years who are visiting your profile for any given reason are going to read that and go, you know what, I am ready, I'm going to DM him. So that's an awesome way, whether they are warm audiences or cold audiences, to generate them into leads and sales in that given moment. Ways to generate leads and sales from Instagram. Tip number 3 is quite simply start using call to actions. Now, 99% of people are going to say that's simple. 99% of people are also the same people who don't use call to actions on Instagram. Loads of people are trying to up the amount of content they're putting out to try and generate more leads and sales, when quite simply all they need to do is start putting simple call to actions at the end of the content that they're already putting out there. This goes for the posts you put out, this goes for Instagram DMs, this even goes for the reels that you put out there. It's also going for your Instagram stories. So whatever you're putting out there, you want to start feeding in call to actions for people to take. Is that going to be go to the link in my bio? Is it going to be, if you want more information on this, DM me the word, whatever that word is going to be? You know, we just need a call to action there. Just like I said in point number 2, one of the biggest things that holds people back from generating more leads and sales online is quite simply telling people exactly what they should do next. Don't make the assumption that they know what to do next, or when they're ready, they'll message me. You know, a lot of people are ready. A lot of people hang on every word that you put out there, and if you simply told them to DM you, that's exactly what would happen. Okay, ways to get leads from Instagram. Tip number 4 is all about Instagram polls. Now, you might have seen my Instagram poll method in the past. If you haven't, this is going to be so game changing for you. I always share this whenever I'm doing public speaking and actually get people to do it in the room, and we always get huge wins inside the room, often within a few hours, sometimes before the talk's even ended, which is even better. But this is the one that I was talking about that somebody used at my live event and made £5,000, well, over £5,000 of sales by lunchtime. So this is one that I really want to share with you. I'm really excited if you haven't stumbled upon it before, and if you have, this is probably going to be the big reminder that I always say to people when I'm public speaking about this strategy right here, which is, please don't do it once and then get results and go, that was good, what will I do next? Feed it into your strategy often. This can be every single day if it's used correctly. This is an incredible strategy that anybody can use to generate more leads and sales. And man, does it create conversations. It's an absolute winner. So all you have to do is put out an Instagram poll, which is the sticker in your Instagram stories, which is called poll, where you're given 2 options that you can give anybody to click, and ask them a really simple question in which both answers would be a great conversation starter about what it is that you do. The example I always use is, if you were a personal trainer and you were putting out an Instagram poll here, you could say something like, what do you struggle more with, losing weight or building muscle? If you're a personal trainer that can help people build muscle or lose weight, then the great thing is you can actually use this as lead gen for people who engage with either of these. Furthermore, most people don't realize that anybody is going to be actually reaching out to them, and they're motivated by these polls because they get to see the results afterwards. So it's super highly engaging. A lot of people who hang on your every word on Instagram don't comment, they don't like your post, but they watch everything that you put out there. But Instagram polls is a great way for them to show and take action with you. Now, the genius thing with Instagram polls is that you can see every single person who voted and what they voted on. Instagram even make it easy when you swipe up and you look at those results to see, to actually see the button to actually go and message them. Instagram are actually encouraging us to message the people who have actually engaged with our polls. Now the great thing is, you can just say something along the lines of, thanks so much for engaging with my poll. By getting engaged, it really helps me work out what kind of content that I should be putting out there on Instagram. But I noticed that you did say that you struggle more with losing weight. Can you tell me why that is? Or you told me that you were struggling with building muscle. Can you tell me why that is? And when they come back and they say, it's just because I don't have enough time, or, I've just never been able to be consistent, or I just don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. What a great conversation to be in. You know what their problem is. You're starting a conversation from a really good place because you just want to help them and you just want to know, give them some advice. But it very quickly turns around into the conversation of, hey, this is something that I could talk about all day. This is what 99% of my clients go through, and how I help them finally solve this problem once and for all. However, it would be way easier if we jumped on a 30-minute call, 45-minute call, an hour call, whatever you want to do, to really give you some great ideas of what you can be doing right here to achieve that goal. Are you free tomorrow, 10 a.m. or 2 p.m? Give them a couple of times and book them into that call, okay? Something as simple as that is something that you can use every day, because you can change the question every single day. You can change the question from, are you struggling to lose weight or build muscle, to what is the thing that holds you back from losing weight? Is it training or is it nutrition? Something along the lines of that. You can just be creative with these questions, put out a new poll every day, and just don't message the people that you messaged the few days prior. This is something that is super repeatable, as well as it just being an absolutely incredible strategy to generate more leads and sales on Instagram. Okay, number 5 is DM me the word and then give them the word. I alluded to this before in a prior example there, but this is absolutely incredible. When we say to people, DM me if you're interested, is one thing, and it can work really well, especially if you've got a lot of brand equity, you've been sharing content for a very long time. However, when we want to make things as simple as possible for people to get into conversations with us, telling them exactly what to say and putting it in the simplest terms possible by using just one word is an incredible way to simplify the process of taking somebody from reading one of your Instagram posts into the DMs, and it's an inbound lead, which we should all know is a completely different story from an outbound lead. Outbound leads is when we go cold calling, knocking on the door of people who didn't ask, and go and actually start a conversation with them. Sure, we're doing that in the Instagram poll, but they have shown their hand of what they're struggling with, which is a lot easier than going out into hashtags and location tags and just trying to find people to DM, okay? However, inbound leads is when somebody actually reaches out to us and says, I need help, I want more information. So we really want to simplify that process, because that's the type of person who comes into the DMs and is never looking for a discount. They're never looking for, just free advice. They're always looking for the best solution to the problem, because they know they have a problem, they know they need to solve it, and they're the absolute best people to bring into your DMs and start conversations with, that are not just going to be a metric of leads, but are also going to be a great metric of sales. Okay, strategy number 6 to generate more leads and sales through Instagram, and you might have just noticed as well, I nearly cut my finger off the other day, so that's why I've got this on my thumb. But number 6 is use the Instagram question sticker. So the Instagram question sticker is the one that people put out there. You might have used it yourself before, in which you put it out into your Instagram stories and you say, drop a question below and I'll reply to it and solve your problems for you. you can actually use this in a more creative way to generate conversations that lead to sales. And that's quite simply by saying, if you want the same sort of results as you might have seen, you might have just shared testimonials, you might just have shared some great information, you might have just given people aha moments. In that very moment itself, you can actually put the sticker for questions right there, which allows people to click in the box and actually message you or DM you in the simplest way possible. You might see a pattern here. We're always talking about making things as simple as possible for people to start conversations with us. Right here, you can use that sticker and say, drop in the box below the word accelerate, drop in the word ready, or something along those lines, and drop it into that box. Using the question sticker is just a super creative way to get people to DM us in the simplest way possible. It works incredibly well. Number 7 is absolutely awesome. It generates more leads, but also about 10 times more sales than everything we just spoke about there as well, simply because it's a follow-up. Now, following up in the Instagram DMs is awesome. Following up with a voice note is so much more powerful. So what you want to do is every single month, go back over the last few months of conversations that you've had in Instagram DMs, even if you were the one initiating it off the back of, let's say, an Instagram poll like we just spoke about, and just pick up the conversation. Just send you a quick message, see how you're getting on. I do it all the time with people, and sometimes I just end up doing a bit of coaching with them for free. Sometimes I get them booked into calls. Sometimes they go, you know what, Neil, I just really want to join one of your programs. Is it okay if I get started today or whatever? And that's great as well. This is a great way for people of all different touch points. You know, some people who are super warm, some people who might be colder, to get into conversations with you that lead to book calls and sales and all that good stuff as well. You want to be doing this quite frequently, probably about monthly is good. And the great thing is, using the 6 strategies that I just put out there here before this 7th strategy means that this 7th strategy is going to become even more beneficial to you as you go on. So if you're using these 6 strategies before, you're going to generate way more conversations in the DMs, even if you're initiating them sometimes from Instagram polls. Other ones, we're super encouraging people to send us the word accelerate, ready, whatever that word may be, to get into conversations, which gives you so many people to follow up with the month on and month on and month on. So do all 7 of these. You're going to get a lot more leads from Instagram. You're going to get a ton more sales from Instagram as well. And this is going to be absolutely game changing for you and your business. Okay, if you really want to amplify your leads and sales and go even further, I'm going to invite you to actually book a lead generation audit and strategy session with me and my team. So these are 30-minute sessions. We have a handful of them every single week available. They are completely free. There's no pressure on them to be joining programs. Of course, if you want to join one of our programs and you're the perfect fit for us, then that can happen. By the way, we don't let just everybody in just because they want to come into our programs. The reason why we've got a 0% refund request rate when most marketing programs don't even have a refund policy, it's because we make sure that the only people who get into our training programs are people who are going to benefit massively from doing so. So this 30-minute lead generation audit and strategy session is just something that is going to blow open your business and your mind for what's possible for you with lead generation into your business. And sure, if that leads to you coming into one of our programs, absolutely fantastic. Would love to work with you over the next 12 months. And finally, if you could smash that like button below and also hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss these deep dives. You can get the things that are working right now, tried and tested, before anybody else by hitting that notification bell as well as the subscribe button. And of course, hit me down in the comments as well. Ask me any questions. I always come back. If you go into any of my videos, you'll notice that all of the comments that come down below, I will deep dive into anything that anybody needs help with, be that Instagram leads, be that leads from anywhere else. Drop it below. I'd love to help you out for free and just give you some strategies. This is what I live, eat and breathe is lead generation in the simplest way possible for small and medium-sized businesses. I absolutely love it. I could speak about it all night. It's my favorite thing to do. I'd love to help you out as well. So drop that below in the comments as well. I can't wait to see you there, and I'll see you on the next video.